Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my Game Week 7 transfer plans and also taking a look at how I'm getting on in my Game Week 6 wildcard. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your plans for Game Week 7, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, how am I getting on currently with my Game Week 6 wildcard? I am on a green arrow, which cannot be said about a lot of wildcard drafts, to be fair. It's been an absolute horrendous wildcard for a lot of people. A lot of people on like 20, 30 points with like Semenyo left to play. So yeah, been really, really bad. Palmer has been my get out of jail free card. 25 points, absolute hero. Should have been so much more as well. I watched that second half of Chelsea. He missed a sitter, which should have been his 5th goal. And then, my lord, he set up Jackson with 2 of the easiest chances, and he absolutely squandered them both. So, really, really annoying there. Could have been an extra 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points for Palmer. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, over the moon with 25. I'm not going to sound like spoiled or anything like that. But at the same time, it could have been so much more. But, yeah, currently on 54 points. It's a bit of a... It's like a sweet bit of victory because a lot of my picks that I thought were going to do really, really well and that I kind of, like, made my wildcard around just did absolutely nothing this week, which is really, really annoying because on a wildcard with the fixtures that I had, I'd expect to be on a massive green arrow, and I am on a green arrow from like 1.3 mil to 1.1 mil, but it feels bittersweet because it could have been a lot better. But on the other hand, I know a lot of wildcard drafts were absolutely just terrible this week, so I'll be very thankful for what I got. But either way, Raya picking up 1 point, that whole situation was just mind-blowing, like whether he was going to play or not. And then finally we saw the video where he was walking and he was fine, and I went with the gamble to keep him instead of going for Flecken, and then he goes and concedes 2 to Leicester from an XG of like 0.27. So my double Arsenal defence getting me 2 points, matching my Forest defender Milenkovic, who also picked up 2 points, and then Trent picking up 1 point as well, getting that yellow card in like the 6th minute and then conceding that Wolves goal. I like based my whole draft around Trent and my double Arsenal defence, and they got 3 points between all 3 of them. Absolutely shambolic. Milenkovic was really, really close to an assist as well. He headed it back over across goal from a corner, and then Chris Wood put it in, but he was just offside. So that would have been a really nice assist for Milenkovic. But I'm not worried about earning the Forest defender. I probably should have gone with somebody else on the grand scheme of things. The fixtures do look a little bit better for like Van de Ven, for example, who's only 4.5. So maybe I take a look at that. But yeah, I'm fine with still having him for this moment. But yeah, absolute terrible play from the defenders, really, getting what, 5 points between 4 players. Awful, 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 awful. So a very bad start to the game week there. But then the midfield has absolutely got me out of jail. So Mbeumo picking up 9 points. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Brentford. Their kickoff glitch is ridiculous. They've got a goal in the first like 2 minutes of the last 3 games, setting Premier League records. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, very, very happy with Mbeumo, 9 points. He's had so many price rises as well since I brought him in. I think I brought him in for like 7.1. I think he's like 7.4 now. So definitely making a bit of money on Mbeumo. I think that's only going to go up and up and up. He's such a good asset to own. So if you don't have him, I'd definitely jump on him sooner rather than later. And then yeah, the hero that is Cole Palmer. I'm very, very happy that this happened because it's the whole situation. Like, I've had it all of the videos last week where I was uploading my wildcard videos, and during the deadline stream, people were all not having a go, but they were like, why are you doing Cole Palmer? You know, go for Luis Diaz. You know, you just go Jackson instead. Yada, yada, yada. And it's like a lose-lose situation, because if I don't go template, which I haven't done because I went Cole Palmer and stuff, which a lot of wildcard drafts didn't do, people are saying like, why are you doing that? It's a bad decision. But then if I do go template, people are like, oh, you're boring. You're going template. So you can't really win. But I'm just very happy that Palmer obviously popped off, because it just, like, I'm playing my own game and it's just worked out, which is just really, really nice to see. Went against everybody that told me to bring in Diaz and Jackson instead. And then, yeah, Cole Palmer. I get it. It was completely lucky, obviously. I mean, I say lucky. The free kick was ridiculous. He got a penalty and he scored some pretty good goals as well. Like, yeah, it is lucky to bring him in, but I had him in all of my drafts. Like, it's not like I brought him in last minute. Every single one of my wildcard drafts, I had Cole Palmer in. Like, I was always going to go with him. So I feel like it's not... to an extent, obviously, this game is just luck at the end of the day. But on the other hand, I had him in every single draft. So I was always going to go with him. And I'd fixated on having him in this draft. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of reaped the rewards of having Cole Palmer. He's gone up now to 10.7. Again, a lot of people are saying, why is everyone jumping on the bandwagon and stuff? But at the same time, he absolutely smashed it last season. Like, we're talking about a player that I think he's near enough scored the most points in FPL last season. And he's also been very, very good this season as well. You know, he's only blanked once, twice before this fixture. And, you know, Brighton away, Brighton at home, it's not a terrible fixture at all. And I get that they've got Forest, and then they've got some bad fixtures like Liverpool away, Newcastle at home, Man United away, and Arsenal home. Liverpool away, he can score in that fixture. Arsenal at home, he can score in that fixture. Leicester have just scored twice. Wolves just have scored against Liverpool. Leicester and Wolves have been terrible this season. And he's got Newcastle at home and then Man United away. Like, Man United are in shambles at the moment. And then Newcastle, they've been very off it until, obviously, that City game. And then after that, he's got, like, Leicester, Southampton, Spurs, Brentford, Everton. Like, he's just a set and forget for me now. Unless he gets injured, there's no way I'm getting rid of Cole Palmer. Because he's just so good. And he's just minutes proof. He's on pens. I don't like, it's not even a bandwagon. I think people forgetting how good this guy actually is. So yeah, very, very happy that I've got him now. I'm not going to get rid of him for the rest of the season unless he gets injured. So yeah, he picked up 25 points. I just wanted to talk about that because a lot of people, like I say, were kind of telling me that I was doing it wrong by not going Luis Diaz and Jackson instead, but it's gone right. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of like touch upon that. Like, play your own game. Don't always have to go template. Obviously, it can backfire. You know, if Diaz went and got a hat-trick and Palmer did nothing this week, it would have backfired. But I'm confident in Palmer that he is going to get you points, and he got us a lot this week. So Saka picking up 3, like I say, blank, but did get a bonus point. Really annoying, that assist. I think it's still down as Saka's assist, so I don't know if they're going to rechange it, but either way, he's on 3 points. Rodgers picking up 7. Really, really happy that I kept him and played him this week. Like I say, everyone in midfield technically returning. Like Saka getting that 1 bonus point, technically returning. And then, yeah, Rodgers was 7. Nowhere near bonus, though. I didn't watch the game, but I'm assuming that he did absolutely nothing apart from his goal, because yeah, getting absolutely nowhere near bonus after scoring is kind of crazy. Semenyo yet to play, Southampton at home. I know a lot of people are praying that Semenyo gets something this week, and I am as well. Like, as I've said, on my wild card, I'm on a green arrow, but it's not as good as a green arrow as I'd like to think. I'm expecting something from Semenyo tonight as well. Southampton at home. He's had the most shots out of all players in the Premier League this season. Bournemouth looked really, really good, really attacking. Like I say, they went at Liverpool, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm expecting like a goal or an assist tonight from him. So hopefully can get me to like 60 points. That'll be okay, because the average is 47. Get me to like 60 points. I'll be happy with that. And then yeah, Calvert-Lewin picking up 1 point. Nothing great there. Obviously picking up that yellow card. I didn't watch that game as well. I didn't really see if he was close to scoring. And then yeah, Haaland picking up 2 points, obviously my captain, so it's 4 points. A little bit underperforming really, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to return in every single fixture. And then obviously the bench, Mikalenko picking up 2 points, Greaves with 0, and then Strand Larsen picking up 2 as well. So that's how I got on, or that's how I'm getting on in my Game Week 6 wildcard. Like I say, still a fixture to play. Let's move on to my transfers for Game Week 7. So we're in a bit of a healthy position, to be fair. I mean, I don't have much in the bank, 0.1, but I do have 2 free transfers. So if I take a look at my team for Game Week 7, there isn't really a lot of issues with it. You know, the only big issue is I don't really have a decent defender to play this week. Like, I've got Gabriel and Trent that I'm playing, but then I've got Greaves, who's got West Ham away, Milenkovic, who's got Chelsea away, and then Mikalenko, who's got Newcastle at home. I'm not going to play Milenkovic because obviously I've got Palmer, so it's just pointless. So it's got to be out of Greaves and Mikalenko. Newcastle did look really, really good against City, so I'm a little bit worried about playing him. And then Greaves, West Ham, yeah, like, I don't mind playing. If it was West Ham at home, I'd probably just play Greaves, because they are actually unbeaten in 4 now. You know, it's 4 draws, but they are also unbeaten in 4. So they are a little bit better defensively. Like, they put Villa down to an XGC of 0.82, which is obviously really, really good. But then they also conceded an XGC of 2.49 against Southampton. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but yeah, Greaves and Mikalenko, and I've got 0.1 left in the bank. So one move that I'm thinking of potentially making is, it's not like something that I'm definitely jumping on anytime soon, but it'll either be Milenkovic or Mikalenko. Probably be Milenkovic. Again, it was a bit of a bad pick. It's not a bad pick on wildcard because he's still got some nice fixtures after Chelsea, because after Chelsea he's got Palace at home, Leicester away, and West Ham at home. So I'm fine playing him in all 3 of those fixtures, because I think there'll be at least 1 clean sheet in those. But something that I could do is obviously get rid of him for Eight Nori this week, who's only 4.4. He's got Brentford away, so I'll play him against Brentford away this week, which again, I've got on Bumo, so it doesn't make the most sense. But I kind of want him in for this fixture run from 9 onwards. He's got Brighton, Crystal Palace, Southampton, Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham, Ipswich, and Leicester. That is a ridiculous fixture run, really. And his minutes have been obviously really good. He did get that 59th minute sub against Forest. But apart from that, he's played 90 in every single fixture. Well, 83, 67. He's playing a lot more minutes now. So he's a player that I don't mind bringing in. They've had some tough fixtures as well. You know, they've had Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa, and Liverpool. You know, so they have had a bad start to the season, fair enough. But I think with the fixture they've got coming up in Game Week 9, I think Wolves players are definitely something to jump on. Like, I've already got Strand Larsen, who was just going to be my, like, 8th attacker, who I don't mind playing. Like, he played again against Liverpool, 67 minutes, so he is getting a lot of minutes. I'm a little bit worried about owning him in the near future, but I think 8 Nori is definitely a shout to bring in. So maybe around Game Week 9, like Forest fixture, Leicester away with West Ham at home. So maybe around that time I could potentially get rid of him. Could also get rid of Mikolenko as well if I wanted to around Game Week 9, but I think he's just a keep at the moment. So that's one player that I'm thinking of potentially bringing in. Obviously, I don't have the money to upgrade him to Greaves. So that's one thing, because otherwise, I don't know, maybe I just play Mikolenko this week, Newcastle at home, and hope for the best. And then just roll the transfer. That's one thing I could do. So yeah, defense, obviously the midfield's fine. I mean, Rodgers, he did apparently have a little bit of a tight hamstring, so I'm hoping that's okay. If that's not okay, then I can just play Strand Larsen, who's obviously got Brentford away, which is fine. But another thing that I am also thinking about doing, which again is really, I should have taken a look at it really, and it might be a little bit knee-jerky, but I should have taken a look at on Wildcard, is just bringing in Delap. Because Ipswich's fixtures are really, really good. He's the same price as Strand Larsen, so I don't have to worry about that. Even if he goes up to 5.6, I can just bring him in anyway. He is a slight minutes risk because obviously he came off on 58 against Brighton, but apart from that, he's played most of the time. He has just bagged in a brace, so I don't think he's going to be losing his spot anytime soon. But the fixture's just so good for Ipswich from an attacking point, like West Ham, Everton, Brentford, Leicester. Also Man United, Forest, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Wolves. So it's not too bad at all. So if I wanted to, like, if Strand Larsen doesn't get played, like if he starts losing his spot, that's when I'll probably jump on Delap. But for right now, like Strand Larsen's just got some really nice fixtures coming up, so I don't need to get rid of him. So I think for me, rolling the transfer is probably the smartest play because I don't really need to get rid of anybody else unless like there's an injury or something midweek. But at the same time, like the defense is the only issue this week. But that being said, the defense was solid this week, and look at what it got me, 5 points, and that's with Leicester at home, Wolves away, and Fulham at home as well. So, you know, those fixtures you'd expect at least one clean sheet, and the fact that I got absolutely nothing in any of them. So, yeah, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. Maybe I just play Mikolenko. I don't know what his numbers were really against Palace. He registered a goal involvement of 0.13. It's not terrible, really. And Everton did look a little bit better against Palace as well. They got their first win of the season against them. So I don't know what's wrong with Palace at the moment. They're all going wrong. But yeah, I think maybe I just keep it, see what happens, roll the transfers. Because going into Game Week 8 with 3 transfers would be really nice. I don't need to make any swaps to the team either. Like, there's players that obviously are going to hurt me, like Salah, for example. Like, there's not really any way of me getting Salah. Like, Watkins as well is another player that I would love to bring in, but I just can't really get to him unless I got rid of somebody like Saka or Palmer. Or maybe Trent at this point. Like, maybe I start thinking about getting rid of Trent. Like, could downgrade Trent to like a 4 mil defender or something like that, or a 4.5 mil defender. If I want to bring Watkins in, he is 9 mil. So I could just do it if I brought in like a 4 mil defender for Trent, but I just think it's just a little bit knee-jerky, and even though Watkins is a great option, the fixtures do take a little bit of a turn. Like Man United at home is actually a great fixture for them. Fulham away, Bournemouth at home, Spurs and Liverpool. Yeah, I'd love to have Watkins in my team, but it means that I'd have to have like a terrible defense, which, yeah, 2 4 mil defenders wouldn't be ideal. So this is kind of why I want to save up all my free transfers, because if I do want to bring in somebody like Watkins and I'm going to have to like completely change my team around, like moving 3 players on, then that will be really nice having the free transfer. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably roll this week. We'll obviously midweek games, anything could happen. If somebody gets injured, like Rodgers might be out, Saka could get injured, you know, anything can happen really. So we'll see what happens. But either way, that's what my current thoughts are for Game Week 7. I'll probably drop a team selection video tomorrow anyway, talk more about it in depth. We'll drop a wildcard video as well, because I know a few people are wildcarding this week. But yeah, that's everything from me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Let's try and hit 100 likes. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.